Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Dani Walker. I'm a pageant coach, a former title holder, as well as a pageant judge. So today we're going to be talking about aging out or retiring from pageants. If you want to see more pageant content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you know when new episodes are posted each week. This episode has been a long time coming and I think it's really important to talk about. So today we're going to hit on a couple of main things that I feel like you need to know and be prepared for when it comes to aging out or retiring from a pageant system. I was really fortunate to achieve my dream title and I made it all the way to the Miss USA stage, which was my goal. But I know that so many contestants out there don't reach that big final goal, and that is a part of pageantry, that is a part of life. And I have to say that I do relate to that because when I was younger, before I really thought about seriously competing in the USA system, my dream title was to be a National American Miss National title holder. I went to the national competition twice to represent my state, and the second time was the last and the final time that I was ever able to do so. I ended up applying for the Miss Division years later, and I was never chosen as my state representative again. I applied 2 extra times and nothing ever happened. So I was very, very sad. I was very, very heartbroken, and I felt like, where do I go from here? And I was still interested in representing an organization, but I, at the time, didn't have a lot of confidence to go after that USA dream just yet. That took me a little bit more time. So I can totally relate to all of you out there who have aged out of a system or retired from it. So that's why we're talking about this today, and I want to put some things in perspective for you. The first thing that you should know when you go into pageantry and you begin this journey is that pageants are not everything in your life. They are one thing in your life. And I think that the reason so many contestants feel so discouraged or develop a bitterness in regards to their time spent in pageantry is because they were so invested in it, and along the way that became their only dream or their only way that they were assigning worth to themselves. And I know that I've been there before where it was like, I'm so into pageants and what am I going to do without pageants, and what would life be like afterwards? And it's important to just remember pageants are just one thing in your life, and they should not stop you from dreaming. If anything, they should teach you how to dream. They should encourage you to go after the biggest, craziest dreams. And ladies, please start dreaming bigger than pageants. Please start having other aspirations that you can be working towards while you're doing pageantry or after. The next thing I want you to think about is when you start that journey, think about aging out. Think about the fact that many of us will age out of our dream title. Of course, there are competitions for all different ages, but I know that the majority of contestants out there want to compete when they're younger. They want to compete in those teen years. They really want to focus on the Miss age divisions. So when you enter a pageant, I really want you to think about the possibility that you might not achieve that dream title at the end. So you need to start thinking long term and building a plan. You need to make the most of your years in pageantry while you're competing as a contestant or reigning as a title holder. I don't want contestants out there to feel limited by their pageant experience because they don't have a crown just yet. Remember, I started my YouTube channel years before I won my USA title, and I knew that the USA title would just help me with that dream. Something that's really going to help you put things in perspective is to make sure that along your journey, you are building relationships. This is one of the biggest things and the greatest assets of pageantry and the benefit that it brings to young women. I cannot tell you how many times that I've met someone in a pageant and that relationship has benefited me, whether it's just a fulfilling relationship or whether it presents a business opportunity. If you really enjoyed this episode and you want to hear more uplifting and encouraging content, then check out this episode that I've linked right up in the corner. It is just for you. I literally just took a position at a company because I met a girl through a pageant. I got modeling jobs because of pageantry, and it was because of who I knew. So ladies, do not limit yourself. Don't just be solely focused on the crown. Be focused on building relationships, because this is what is going to help you to continue accomplishing your goals after you age out of pageantry. Are you liking this episode so far? Then please support the channel by just screenshotting this episode and then posting it to an Instagram story by hashtagging or tagging me at Dani Walker so that I can find it. And while you're there, please follow me on social media as well. This is gonna sound like a really weird piece of advice, but I want you to prepare like you are going to lose. I know this sounds crazy because I always want contestants and my coaching clients to focus on a positive mindset, but I also want you to be realistic and have a contingency plan for if it's not your day. I want you to really have your eyes open to the opportunities that are around you because of pageantry and be thinking like, how can I leverage being a contestant to achieve X, Y, or Z goal? How can I leverage being the queen into a new opportunity for myself? So you really need to think, ladies, bigger picture. How does your participation, not even you winning, how does your participation play into your life success? My last piece of advice today for aging out or retiring is this. If you feel really sad after you age out or retire, which is normal when you're invested, like I said, I've been there. I was so heartbroken when I didn't get national title after national title after national title, or the year that I didn't even have the opportunity to compete for the national title. But what's really, really important, ladies, is to look back at your experience from pageantry and really start counting those blessings. Really start, if you have to write them down, write down all of the things that you took away from your experience within pageantry. Write down all of the friendships that you've made, all the fun experiences that you had at rehearsals or group events or orientations. Some of my best memories were just sitting at rehearsals at pageants with my friends that are now my best friends. And those memories that we made that I couldn't have made with anyone else just because we both happened to be entered in a pageant. So really, really think on that. And I think that that is what can help so many of you out there who are feeling a lot of sadness about your time ending in pageantry, is to really think back on the entire experience and all those really, really high moments. Because the fact is, even if you do achieve your dream title, eventually you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna crown a successor. So there will be an end to whatever pageant journey it is that you're pursuing, but really the work is not going to stop if you don't want it to. The work that you've done as a title holder won't end. And I think that's really, really important for all of you to understand. If you have goals and things that you want to achieve as a title holder and you don't win, keep those goals. Keep pursuing them. Yes, a title could probably get you to those goals a lot faster or open even more doors for you, make things easier for you, yes, but it doesn't mean that just because you didn't get a title that you can't go for those goals. And I'm always disappointed when I see contestants who have such amazing stories and are doing incredible work in their communities, and then they just stop all of that when they don't win some title that they wanted. And I was like, wow, you were on such a great track to actually making a difference in your community or in the world. You were headed in the right direction, crown or not. So keep up with those advocacies. Keep up with however it is that you went into that interview room and you shared, this is how I want to make a difference. Don't stop doing those things, ladies, regardless of aging out. That's my advice to all of you who have experienced this, who are experiencing this, and who will inevitably experience this at some point in the future. So I hope that this has put some things in perspective for you so that you can look back very fondly on your time spent within pageantry and continue to support the other women who now are stepping into your shoes and have new opportunities just like you did. That's my advice for this episode for you. Please leave your comments or questions that you have below in the comments section. I love hearing from all of you. And if you have any episode requests, you can leave those in the comments below as well. Thank you so much for tuning into this one. And if you are preparing for your next competition, please take advantage of downloading my free top 20 interview questions. I work with each of my coaching clients on these questions because they are essential for everyone to be able to confidently answer in an interview setting because they are so, so common. So don't get stumped by these easy questions. Just click the description below to get that free download of my top questions. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode. I hope that you tune in for lots more.